Let's begin by offering our respects to ISKCON founder Acharya and our preeminent Shiksha Guru, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vande Ham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vanchakalpataruvyaschа Kripa Sindhuvya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om
Bhagavate
Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Okay, so we welcome all of you to our weekly Krishna book classes. Thank you all very much for joining. We have with us here Auntie Nita, then my husband is there, Aja, Tadmelis, Deepa Vijay Kumar, Devina, Jagrati, Kamala Nandini Mataji. Then we have Lavina Dadlani, Meenakshi, N.C. Venkatchari, Naresh Budrani, P.T. Alamelu. My parents are there. Then we have Ritu Lalwani, Saket, Shailesh Latkar. Then we have Shantaram and Sheetal Latkar. Then we have Shri Radhe Hari Devidasi, Shivani. We have Swapna Latkar. We have Upasna Dalai. We have Vanamali, Gopal Das, and Gokul. I'm not able to read the full name. And we have Vivansh. Okay. So, what did we see in the previous class?
About the Vasudeva and Nanda Maharaj. Vasudeva was the Kshatriya, but Vaishya, he was a Vaishya, Nand Maharaj.
Yes.
And his duty was to protect the cow, but Vasudev's, he was Kshatriya, his duty was to protect the citizens.
Yes, exactly. Very nice. Thank you. What else did we see?
The
celebration in
Nanda
Gokul because of the birth of Krishna.
What's that? Sorry.
Celebration in Gokul with how the Gokul Vasis they celebrated the birth of Krishna.
Yes, exactly. The birth ceremony of Krishna was very gorgeously celebrated in Gokul by whom?
By
Uh,
Nanda Maharaj.
By Nanda Maharaj. And what is that samskara? What is that ceremony called? The one that we saw in the previous class? What did he celebrate? What is it called, that samskara?
Nam Sanskar.
No, not yet. Jata karma we discussed. No? So this is what was celebrated very gorgeously to observe the festival of Krishna's birth. And that is actually celebrated the next day of Janmashtami. If you see a Vaishnava calendar, always next day of Janmashtami will be marked as Nandotsav. Nandotsav is the Utsava that Nanda Maharaj did to celebrate Krishna's birth. No? So it's actually, we know it as Nandotsav. Then we discussed how Rohini is Mahabhaga, how Rohini is the most fortunate wife of Vasudeva. Why?
Yes.
Because she saw the
pastimes of Krishna.
pastime of Krishna and Balaram both.
Yes. So Prabhupada explains that how she was able to raise Krishna and Balaram together. No? So she was able to see the childhood pastimes of both Krishna and Balaram. So therefore she is the most fortunate wife of Vasudeva. Okay. Then at the end of the chapter, we saw that Vasudev tells Nanda Maharaj that if you have paid your taxes already, please go back quickly because there may be some disturbances, he tells him. No? Why does he tell him that
Yeah.
there may be some disturbances in Gokul?
He had a doubt the Kansa might do something and he will
Yes,
send somebody to kill the Krishna.
exactly. So he was worried about the well-being of his sons, in fact, both Balaram and Krishna. And therefore, he was urging Nanda Maharaj that please quickly go back to Gokul. If you have already finished paying your taxes and your business is done, then please go back. No? Does anybody remember the 5 categories of people who should always be protected according to our Shastras? Who remembers?
Parents, our teachers,
Children,
Children,
Brahmanas,
cows,
cows,
How?
Brahmanas,
the elders,
Brahmanas,
Brahmanas,
women,
and women, no? 5 categories. So these 5
Yeah.
categories should always be protected according to our Shastras. We have already discussed why in detail in the previous classes. So we know women are one of the 5 categories, and the first demon that Krishna kills is a woman. So that chapter we are going to see today. Let me share my screen.
can you get up, Misty, and get ready and take shower, please? I'm not going to come again.
Okay, so the title of chapter 6 of Krishna book is titled as
Is Putana
Putana
killed?
No, so Putana is the first demon that Krishna killed. Let's read. While Nanda Maharaj was returning home, he considered Vasudev's warning that there might be some disturbance in Gokul. Certainly the advice was friendly and not false. So Nanda thought, there is some truth in it. Therefore, out of fear, he began to take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is quite natural for a devotee in danger to think of Krishna because he has no other shelter. When a child is in danger, he takes shelter of his mother or father. Similarly, a devotee is always under the protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but when he specifically sees some danger, he remembers the Lord very rapidly. So, it's very natural for a devotee to think that Krishna is the only one who can save him, protect him at the time of danger. No, one must not think that my family, my contacts, my beauty, my wealth, or my gun, my education is going to protect me. Actually, nothing can protect us except for Krishna. A devotee knows that very well. And Nanda Maharaj also, he is doing the exact same thing. He's taking shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. After consulting with his demoniac ministers, Kamsa instructed a witch named Putana, who knew the black art of killing small children by ghastly sinful methods, to kill all kinds of children in the cities, villages, and pasturing grounds. Such witches can play their black art only where there is no chanting or hearing of the holy name of Krishna. It is said that wherever the chanting of the holy name of Krishna is done, even negligently, all bad elements, witches, ghosts, and dangerous calamities immediately disappear. And this is certainly true of the place where the chanting of the holy name of Krishna is done seriously, especially in Vrindavan, when the Supreme Lord was personally present. Therefore, the doubts of Nanda Maharaj were certainly based on affection for Krishna. Actually, there was no danger from the activities of Putana despite her powers. Such witches are called khechari, which means they can fly in the sky. This black art of witchcraft is still practiced by some women in the remote northwestern side of India. They can transfer themselves from one place to another on the branch of an uprooted tree. Putana knew this witchcraft and therefore she is described in the Bhagavatam as Khechari. So, what Prabhupada is explaining here is that actually there is no danger because Krishna was personally present in Vrindavan. So wherever there is Krishna, there is no need for any fear. There is no need for any worried about any dangers. No, Krishna can very effortlessly resolve any issues, any problems, any dangers. So actually there is no need, but the concern of Nanda Maharaj were based on his affection for Krishna because he is not aware that Krishna is God. No, for him, Krishna is his beloved son. So, out of affection, um, he is having these concerns. And Putana is the kind of witch she knows the black art of flying. She can fly in the sky. She can also change her form to whichever form she wants. No, so she has this witchcraft, and she has been employed by none other than Kamsa to do the needful. Yeah, Shailesh, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, I have questions.
Uh-huh.
One question is that when it says seriously,
There's an echo in your.
when it says seriously here, does it mean ritualistically?
No, no. Seriously here does not mean ritualistically. No, here it does not. Seriously means you use that as your prime focus. You're not getting distracted by other things. Seriously means that you have the single pointed, one pointed devotion. Okay?
Okay, this is not in a formal way.
No, no. This is bhakti. This is pure bhakti. This is pure devotion. When you do bhakti in a pure way, out of pure devotion, that means you're seriously chanting the holy name. It's not a joke. It's not an extracurricular activity. It is the most important activity in your lifetime. That's what it means here. Seriously chant. Okay?
Also, the other thing that I wanted to ask,
Yes.
if Putana was a witch, how is she 12 miles long?
Because she has she's not an ordinary demon. All these demons that Kamsa sent were very, very formidable demons and they can change their forms. So she is originally, that's her size, but then she takes the form of that's her size. And also even non-witches, even people in the previous yugas, they were taller than the people in Kali Yuga. The height of the people in the previous ages was much more than the height of the people in Kali Yuga. That is one thing. And plus she's a witch, a demon. They have extraordinary large forms.
Okay, so she is a demon.
Yeah, she's a witch. She's a witch who's also a demon. Yes. She's a Khechari who can fly. There are different kinds of demons. There are different kinds of so there are different categories, and she's a Khechari to be more specific. Okay. Putana entered the county of Gokul, the residential quarter of Nanda Maharaj, without permission. Dressing herself just like a beautiful woman, she entered the house of Mother Yashoda. She appeared very beautiful with raised hips, nicely swollen breasts, earrings, and flowers in her hair. She looked especially beautiful on account of her thin waist. She was glancing at everyone with very attractive looks and smiling face, and all the residents of Vrindavan were captivated. The innocent cowherd women thought that she was the goddess of fortune, appearing in Vrindavan with a lotus flower in her hand. It seemed to them that she had personally come to see Krishna, who is her husband. Because of her exquisite beauty, no one checked her movement, and therefore she freely entered the house of Nanda Maharaj. Putana, the killer of many, many children, found baby Krishna lying on a small bed, and she could at once perceive that the baby was hiding his unparalleled potencies, which resembled the fire covered by ashes. Putana thought, this child is so powerful that he can destroy the whole universe immediately. So, see, Putana has entered Gokul. She has changed her form. She has dressed herself like a beautiful woman, and she is so attractive. She's so beautiful that nobody stops her. Nobody, usually if a stranger enters your premises, then you would stop the person. But nobody stopped her because they were so enchanted by her um, attractive appearance that nobody in the entire Gokul uh, ever questioned her. No, who is she? What does she want? Like that. And Putana, has she killed other children in the past? What does it say here?
Yeah, it's saying that she has killed many children.
Yes, she has already killed many, many children in the past. And when she sees Krishna, what does she think?
Yes.
That this
Why
child is
say
so powerful that he can
Yes, she knows that this child is not an ordinary child. She can see, she can perceive his potencies. Krishna is giving her that indication that he is not an ordinary child, no, and she knows that he can destroy the whole universe immediately. So Krishna is giving her that indication. Now let's see what happens next. Putana's understanding is very significant. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is situated in everyone's heart. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that he gives one necessary intelligence, and he also and he also causes one to forget. Putana was immediately aware that the child whom she was observing in the house of Nanda Maharaj was the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Imagine, she knows that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was lying there as a small baby, but that does not mean he was less powerful. The materialistic theory that God worship is anthropomorphic is not correct. No living being can become God by undergoing meditation or austerities. God is always God. Krishna as a baby is as complete as he is as a full-fledged youth. The Mayavada theory holds that the living entity was formerly God but has now become overwhelmed by the influence of Maya. Therefore, the Mayavadis say that presently he is not God, but when the influence of Maya is taken away, he will again become God. This theory cannot be applied to the minute living entities. The living entities are minute parts and parcels of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are minute particles or sparks of the original fire. So these sparks can be covered by the influence of Maya, but the original fire, Krishna, cannot. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even from the beginning of his appearance in the house of Vasudeva and Devaki. So say Krishna is present in the heart of all the living entities as the Paramatma. So he is also in the heart of Putana as the Paramatma. And as the Paramatma, he is causing her to know, to remember that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No, so he's giving her the indication from the heart. See, sometimes when we do something wrong, we say, no, I don't want to do this because my conscience is pricking me. What is that conscience? That is none other than the Paramatma indicating to us from the heart. So Krishna is in the heart of each and every living entity. In each and every one of us, he's residing in the heart and he's guiding us from within. But sometimes people who are very deeply engaged in sense gratification, they don't even hear the Paramatma's indication. They don't even perceive the Paramatma, unfortunately, no. But as we advance in our spiritual life, then we are able to connect deeper and deeper with Krishna through the Paramatma. Then here we understand this Mayavad philosophy. What is this Mayavad philosophy? Mayavad philosophy is, they say, you are God, I am God, we are all God. Just that now, because we are under the influence of the modes of material nature, under the influence of Maya, under the influence of mode of goodness, mode of passion, or mode of ignorance, therefore we have forgotten our position. But when we attain purity, when the cover of the modes is taken off, then again we will become God. That's the Mayavad theory. But pure Vaishnava understanding, as Prabhupada is explaining to us here, is nobody can become God. We will always remain the minute parts and parcels of Krishna. We will always be subordinate to the Lord. We are quantitatively very minute and minuscule compared to Krishna. So that difference is always going to be there. Krishna is always the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we are always subordinate to the Lord. Nobody can become God. God is always God. So even though Krishna is he appears like an ordinary child, he is still the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna showed the nature of a small baby and closed his eyes as if to avoid the face of Putana. This closing of the eyes is interpreted and studied in different ways by the devotees. Some say that Krishna closed his eyes because he did not like to see the face of Putana, who had killed so many children and who had now come to kill him. Others say that Putana hesitated to take the baby on her lap because something extraordinary was being dictated to her from within, and that in order to give her assurance, Krishna closed his eyes so that she would not be frightened. And yet others interpret in this way. Krishna appeared in order to kill the demons and give protection to the devotees. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam. The first demon to be killed was a woman. According to Vedic rules, the killing of a woman, a brahmana, cows, or a child is strictly forbidden. Krishna was obliged to kill the demon Putana, and because the killing of the woman is forbidden according to Vedic Shastra, he could not help but close his eyes. Another interpretation is that Krishna closed his eyes because he simply took Putana to be his nurse. Putana came to Krishna just to offer her breast for the Lord to suck. Krishna is so merciful that even though he knew Putana was there to kill him, he took her as his nurse or mother. So we discussed how there are 7 mothers, and he took Putana as his daima, no, as his nurse. And see, there are these different explanations given as to why Krishna closed his eyes. Different acharyas are giving these different reasons, and they are all the correct reasons. There are 7 kinds of mothers according to Vedic injunction. The real mother, the wife of a teacher or spiritual master, the wife of a king, the wife of a brahmana, the cow, the nurse, and Mother Earth. Because Putana came to take Krishna on her lap and offer her breast milk to be sucked by him, she was accepted by Krishna as one of his mothers. That is considered to be another reason he closed his eyes. He had to kill a nurse or a mother. But his killing of his mother or nurse was no different from his love for his real mother or his foster mother, Yashoda. We further understand from Vedic information that Putana was also treated as a mother and given the same facility as Yashoda. As Yashoda was given liberation from the material world, Putana also was given liberation. When the baby Krishna closed his eyes, Putana took him on her lap. She did not know that she was holding death personified. If a person mistakes a snake for a rope, he dies. Similarly, Putana had killed so many babies before meeting Krishna, and she mistook him to be like him. But now she was accepting the snake that would kill her immediately. So, yes, Krishna took Putana as his mother, yet he killed Putana. But there is nothing inauspicious, because when Krishna kills, then also the demons are getting benefited. The demons are getting liberated. The demons are getting mukti. And Putana was given the same position as his own mother or as his foster mother Yashoda. So in the spiritual world, Putana is respected as Krishna's mother. So there is nothing inauspicious even if Krishna has killed her. But he had to kill her because she had killed so many children before. Yeah, Naresh, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, Mataji, there's a question that Yashoda Mata got Vimukti, right?
Yes.
So even did Putana get Vimukti?
No, Vimukti only Yashoda. That is only Yashoda. No, the point here is that she got the position of a mother. Putana got the position of a mother in the spiritual world, just like how Yashoda and Devaki are given the position of a mother, but not Vimukti. Vimukti is only for Yashoda. That is that she enjoyed the childhood pastimes of Krishna. That is her special liberation, that she enjoyed the enchanting childhood pastimes of Krishna. See, when we bring up children, the most enduring period of our children is their childhood, no? So the parents also, they enjoy the innocence and the mischief that the children do in their childhood. After they attain adolescence and teenage, then it's the rasa changes. So Yashoda was the one who enjoyed the childhood pastimes of Krishna. That is her Vimukti. That is her special liberation, which of course Putana didn't do because she came with the intention of killing Krishna. Okay. Yeah, Shailesh, you have your hand raised.
Thank you.
What is the difference between Mukti and Vimukti?
Okay, so Vimukti means special liberation. There are 5 kinds of liberation. And there is a 6th special liberation, which is Vimukti, which Yashoda has. And what is that Vimukti that Yashoda has is that she enjoys the childhood pastimes of Krishna. Okay. Vimukti means special liberation. So this verse we have already seen in the past, the 7 kinds of mothers. Atma Mata, Guru Patni, Brahmani, Raja Patnika, Dhenur, Dhatri, Tatha Prithvi, Saptaita, Matra, Smritaha. These mothers are the original mother, the wife of the teacher or spiritual master, the wife of a Brahmana, the king's wife, the cow, and the nurse and the earth. So these are our 7 mothers. Coming back to Krishna book, when Putana was taking baby Krishna on her lap, both Yashoda and Rohini were present. But because he was so beautifully dressed and showed motherly affection toward Krishna, they did not forbid her. They could not understand that she was a sword within a decorated case. Putana had smeared a very powerful poison on her breasts, and immediately after taking the baby on her lap, she pushed her breastly nipple within his mouth. She was hoping that as soon as he would suck her breast, he would die. But baby Krishna very quickly took the nipple in anger. He sucked the milk poison along with the life air of the demon. In other words, Krishna simultaneously sucked the milk from her breast and killed her by sucking out her life. Krishna is so merciful that because the demon Putana came to offer her breast milk to him, he fulfilled her desire and accepted her activity as motherly. But to stop her from further nefarious activities, he immediately killed her. And because the demon was killed by Krishna, she got liberation. As Krishna pressed her breast extremely hard and sucked out her very breath, Putana fell down on the ground, spread her arms and legs, and began to cry, "Oh child, leave me, leave me." She was crying loudly and perspiring, and her whole body became wet.
Wet.
So, see, Krishna, now Putana came to kill him, no? But she also offered her milk to Krishna. So, Krishna is taking the good, no? And he is not punishing her for the bad. He killed her, but his killing her is not a punishment. In fact, it's her good fortune that she is being killed by Krishna, because then she got liberation. Otherwise, how many lifetimes she would have had to practice um, devotional service in order to get mukti from Krishna, no? So Krishna is
Actually,
the good. He sees, he highlights, he expands even the slightest of service that we do for Krishna, even the smallest of seva that we do. Krishna doesn't forget it ever. And he feels obliged to his devotees eternally for even the smallest service that we do to Krishna. So powerful it is when we do devotional service to Krishna. So anyway, now he has got hold of Putana so hard that now she wants Krishna to leave her. But Krishna is not willing to leave her at any cost. No. Then let's see. As she died screaming, there was a tremendous vibration on the earth and in the sky, on the upper and lower planets and in all directions, and people thought that thunderbolts were falling. Thus the nightmare of the Putana witch was over, and she assumed her real feature as a great demon. She opened her fierce mouth and spread her arms and legs all over. She fell exactly as Vritsasura did when struck by the thunderbolt of Indra. So Vritsasura was a demon who was killed by Indra. Bhagavatam has the story in detail. The long hair on her head was scattered all over her body. Her fallen body extended up to 12 miles and smashed all the trees to pieces, and everyone was struck with wonder upon seeing this gigantic body. Her teeth appeared just like plows, and her nostril appeared just like mountain caves. So just imagine, her teeth are like the plows and her nostrils are like mountain caves. So huge she was, no? How many miles long?
12.
12 miles long. Her breasts appeared like small hills, and her hair was a vast reddish bush. Her eye sockets appeared like blind wells, and her two thighs appeared like two banks of a river. Her two hands appeared like two strongly constructed bridges, and her abdomen seemed like a dried up lake. All the cowherd men and women became struck with awe and wonder upon seeing this, and the tumultuous sound of her falling shocked their brains and ears and made their hearts beat strongly. So the acharyas explain that actually Putana, when she fell and all these trees were destroyed, she fell in Mathura, and all these trees were destroyed in Mathura, where Kamsa is there, no? Because he was sucking her life air out of her, and she was struggling and she wanted Krishna to let go, but Krishna would not let go, and like that she went towards Mathura, and in Mathura only all these trees were destroyed. So this is the story of when Indra killed Vritsasura. When gopis saw little Krishna fearlessly playing on Putana's lap, they very quickly came and picked him up. Mother Yashoda, Rohini, and other elder gopis immediately performed the auspicious rituals by taking the tail of a cow and circumambulating his body. The child was completely washed with the urine of a cow, and the dust created by the hooves of the cows was thrown all over his body. This was all just to save little Krishna from future inauspicious accidents. This incident gives us a clear indication of how important the cow is to the family, society, and to living beings in general. The transcendental body of Krishna did not require any protection, but to instruct us on the importance of the cow, the Lord was smeared over with cow dung, washed with the urine of a cow, and sprinkled with the dust upraised by the walking of the cow. So everything about the cow is auspicious.
Important.
Even Ayurveda uses the cow urine and the cow stool for so many medicines, no? And now the scientists have found gold particle in the urine of the cow. Yes, Shailesh, you have your hand raised.
doesn't this give the wrong message that if you do bad things, you get liberated?
Yeah, but what
Because
makes
Putna gets liberation.
yeah, but what makes
Putna
one
gets liberation.
yeah, I understand. But what makes one think that one can become that kind of a demon where Krishna will personally come to kill you? Krishna will not do that for, we cannot even become that kind of a demon where Krishna will come to kill us. Okay, so we should not get the wrong message. One must always think of Krishna in a favorable way. not think of Krishna in an unfavorable way. That's how a devotee thinks. That's how a Vaishnava should think. Okay.
The other thing that I wanted to ask is that they face so many dangers. Why didn't they ever think of relocating Krishna or
Yeah, they will relocate. They will
their
relocate.
family?
They will relocate. It's coming up soon in the Krishna book. Okay. So hold on to that question.
Yeah.
After this purificatory process, the gopis headed by Mother Yashoda and Rohini chanted the names of Vishnu to give Krishna's body full protection from all evil influences. They washed their hands and feet and sipped water 3 times, as is the custom before chanting mantra. What does that name mantra mean? Who can say?
Holy names.
What's that?
Holy names.
Holy names.
Some
Okay.
kind of
जो मन को one who saves the mind.
Mantra is a combination of 2 words, man and tra. What is man?
Liberates the mind.
That which liberates the mind. Man means mind and tra means to liberate. So mantra means that which liberates the mind. So in our shastras, we have so many mantras, no? But which is the most powerful, potent mantra of all the mantras?
This the Maha Mantra.
Of course, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, no? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the reason why this is the mantra that is especially recommended to chant in the age of Kali, in Kali Yuga, because this is the mantra of all the mantras. It is the most potent mantra. So why is this mantra especially recommended in the age of Kali? Is because one name of
non-different from
Ram
Krishna.
is equal to how many names of Lord Vishnu? Who knows?
1008.
Yes, 1,000
108.
names of Vishnu when we chant, then we get some benefit. But when we say once Ram, we get the same benefit as chanting the 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu. Then one name of Krishna is equal to how many names of Ram?
3.
3. Yeah. So when we say Ram 3 times and we say Krishna once, then we get the same benefit. So just imagine in one Hare Krishna mantra, how much benefit we are getting. If you chant the 1,008 names of Vishnu Sahasranam, which is very popular in India, many people chant the Vishnu Sahasranam, which is very nice, of course, but it would take them some 45 minutes. Now in Kali Yuga, we don't have so much time. We have less time because we are not living an extraordinary long life like the people in the previous yugas were living. No, we discussed how in the previous yuga, Dwapara Yuga, the average human life was 1,000 years. And before that, in the Treta Yuga, the average life was 10,000 years. And in Satya Yuga, the average human life was 100,000 years. Now, in the beginning of Kali Yuga, the average human life was 100 years. Even that is reducing. As Kali Yuga advances, that is reducing. That's why every time we will see younger and younger people are passing away, no, in spite of all these health information and so much being done to keep good health. Still, the average human life is reducing greatly in Kali Yuga. So we don't have so much time like people in the previous ages had. So therefore, this Maha Mantra is especially recommended to chant in the Kali Yuga, according to our acharyas. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, who is none other than Krishna himself also, he gave us this mantra. Okay, let's...
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, my question was, to chant this Maha Mantra, are there any restrictions in where and when you can chant?
There are no restrictions, no rules and regulations. You can chant anytime, anywhere, under any circumstances. Anyone can chant.
Okay,
There are
even
no
while you're...
rules and regulations.
Okay, okay.
So do you have a set of your chanting beads, japa beads?
Yes, I do have.
Okay,
yes,
so I will send you a video where I can show you that how we chant on the beads. Now we use the thumb and the middle finger.
Yes, I'm aware of that, right?
Oh, you're aware of that. Okay.
Right.
So if you have
No,
any
my question was that Even if you're in the restroom,
No,
you
no,
could
not in the
chant.
in the restroom. In your mind, you can. I mean, you see. See, this question was asked once to Sankarshan Das Adhikari Prabhu, His Grace Sankarshan Das Adhikari, and he said that actually a devotee should be chanting 24/7. No, we have to come to that stage where we just cannot take the holy name away from our thoughts. So you can chant, but you don't take your japa beads inside the washroom.
No, it's okay.
Yes.
Don't take your japa, but you can
Yes.
chant like a little
Yes. Yes. You
on a
can.
little
Yeah.
high voice, like.
Yes. No problem.
Okay,
No problem.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was
This
my
I've heard from
question.
a guru in ISKCON. Yeah, you can.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so now they washed their hands and feet and sipped water 3 times, as is the custom before chanting mantra. They chanted as follows: My dear Krishna, may the Lord, who is known as Aja, protect your legs. What does that name Aja mean? These are all names of Lord Vishnu we are going to read now. Okay, so Aja means what?
Unborn.
Unborn. Yes, thank you. May Lord Maniman protect your knees. Maniman means powerful. Okay. Then may Lord Yagya protect your thighs. So Yagya personified is also Krishna. So may Yagya protect your thighs. May Lord Achyuta protect your upper waist. Achyuta, what does that name Achyuta mean?
Infallible.
Infallible, one who never falls down. No, infallible. Then may Lord Hayagriva protect your abdomen. Who is Hayagriva? The form of the Lord who had the body of a human and the head of a
Horse.
head of a horse. Yes, he had killed 2 demons in order to protect Lord Brahma. So may Lord Hayagriva protect your abdomen. May Lord Keshava protect your heart. What does that name Keshava mean?
One who destroyed Keshi demon.
Yes, one who killed Keshi. One more meaning?
And one with the beautiful long hair.
Yes, one who has very beautiful hair. Very nice. Then may Lord Isha protect your chest. Isha means?
Controller.
Controller. Very nice. Supreme Lord. Then may Lord Surya protect your neck. This Surya here refers to Surya Narayan. No? So the predominant deity of the sun is an expansion of Narayan. The Bhagavatam explains. So this Surya here refers to Surya Narayan, not the demigod Surya Dev, but to Surya Narayan. So may Lord Surya protect your neck. May Lord Vishnu protect your arms. May Lord Urukrama protect your face. Urukrama means? First, let's see. Vishnu means what? What does the name Vishnu mean?
The resting abode of all living entities.
No, that's not.
No, that is Narayan.
Vishnu means what?
Vishnu.
Naresh, there is an echo in your microphone.
Takes care of the whole Vishnu, whole world.
He is spread everywhere. He is spread
All
everywhere.
pervading.
He is in everything. No, so he's all pervading. Yes, all pervading. Then Urukrama means? Whose name is Urukrama? The dwarf incarnation. Vamana Dev. Yes, Vamana Dev. May Lord Ishvara protect your head. Ishvara? Ishvara means what?
Controller again?
Again, controller. Yes, the Supreme Lord or the controller or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, where are we? May Lord Chakradhar protect your front. Chakradhara means?
Holds Sudarshan Chakra.
One who holds the chakra. Very nice. May Lord Gadadhar protect your back. Gadadhar means?
Lord Vishnu has a gada.
Yes, one who
One
holds
who
the
holds the
gada.
Sudarshan
Very
holds
nice.
the gada.
May Lord Madhusudana. Who is Madhusudana?
One who killed Madhu demon.
Yes, one who killed the demon Madhu. May Lord Madhusudana, who carries a bow in his hand, protect your right side. May Lord Ajana protect your left side. Ajana means? Ajana.
Unborn.
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 Yes, unborn. May Lord Urugaya with his conch protect you on all sides. Urugaya, Urugaya, oh, I forgot.
Something like thunder.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not able to recall now. Okay, we'll keep this for the next class. I'll just search it up. May the personality of Godhead Upendra protect you from above. Upendra means?
Vamanadev again.
Vamanadev again, yes. May Lord Tarksha protect you on the ground. Tarksha refers to? Garuda. Srila Prabhupada explains. Tarksha refers to Garuda. May Lord Haladhar protect you from all sides. Who is Haladhar?
Balaram.
Lord Balaram. Why is he called as Haladhar?
The plow.
Because he carries the plow.
Plows.
Yes.
Because
May
he
the person-
carries them.
Yes. May the personality of Godhead known as Rishikesha protect all your senses. Rishikesha means?
One
Of the senses.
Controller of all senses.
Master of the senses. May Lord Narayana protect your life heirs. Narayana means?
Resting place of all the entities, living
The
entities.
resting place of all living entities, because Nar means living entities and Ayana means resting place. So Narayana means the resting place of all living entities. May Lord Narayan protect your life heirs. May the Lord of Shvetadvipa, Narayana, protect the core of your heart. May Lord Yogeshwara protect your mind. Yogeshwara means?
Master of all yogas, Lord of all yogas.
Lord of all mystic
Yogas.
powers.
Mystic power.
So Yogeshwar means Arjuna calls Krishna as Yogeshwar, and again Krishna is referred to as Mahayogeshwar also. Okay. Then Lord Prishni Garbha protect your intelligence. Prishni Garbha?
Son of Vrishni.
son of.
Son of Prishni. We saw that, no? How he appeared. How Krishna appeared as the son of Prishni and Sutapa in a previous when he was discussing the previous births of Devaki and Vasudev. He said that this is your third birth as my parents. The first one was when he came as a son of Prishni and Sutapa. Okay. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead protect your soul. And while you are playing, may Lord Govinda protect you from all sides. Govinda means?
One who gives pleasure to the cow, to the
Protector of
lamb,
cows.
Yes.
Protector of cows.
Yes. One who gives pleasure to the
and
cows
the
is
senses.
protector of the cows. Then there are two more meanings.
And the who
Pleasure
gives
to
pleasure to
the
the
senses.
senses also, no? And the
Pleasure
land.
to the one who gives pleasure to the senses. Go also means senses. One more meaning.
And land.
And land. One who gives pleasure to the land. Go also means land. So these are three meanings of Govinda. Okay. And when you are sleeping, may Lord Madhava protect you from all danger. Madhava means?
Husband of goddess of.
Husband of the goddess
Yes, husband of the
fortune.
goddess of fortune. And when you are walking, may the Lord of Vaikuntha protect you from falling down. Vaikuntha means?
Where there is no anxiety.
Yeah, Vaikuntha means the place where there is no anxiety. And Lord of Vaikuntha means?
Vishnu.
Vaikuntanath. Vaikuntanath. Okay, that's the name. Protect you from falling down. And when you are sitting, may Lord Narayan give you all protection. And while you are eating, may the Lord of all sacrifices give you all protection. So what name of Krishna means that he is the Lord of all sacrifices?
Yagveshwar, no?
Yagneshwar, yes, very nice. Okay. Thus, Father Yashoda chanted different names of Vishnu to protect child Krishna's different bodily parts. Mother Yashoda was firmly convinced that she should protect her child from different kinds of evil spirits and ghosts, namely Dakinis, Yatudanis, Kushmandas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Vinayakas, Kotaras, Revatis, Jeshtas, Putanas, Matrakas, Unmadas, and similar other evil spirits who cause persons to forget their own existence and give trouble to the life heirs and the senses. Sometimes they appear in dreams and cause much perturbation, and sometimes they appear as old women and suck the blood of small children. But no such ghosts and evil spirits can remain where there is chanting of the holy name of God. Mother Yashoda was firmly convinced of the Vedic injunctions about the importance of cows and the holy name of Vishnu, and therefore she took all shelter in the cows and the name of Vishnu just to protect her child Krishna. She recited all the holy names of Vishnu so that he might save the child. Vedic culture has taken advantage of keeping cows and chanting the holy name of Vishnu since the beginning of history, and persons who are still following the Vedic ways, especially the householders, keep at least 1 dozen cows and worship the deity of Lord Vishnu who is installed in their house. Persons who are advancing in Krishna consciousness should take instruction from this pastime and should also be very interested in cows and the holy name of Vishnu. So this is the Vedic system, no? Protection of the cows and chanting of the holy name. The elder gopis of Vrindavan were so absorbed in affection for Krishna that they wanted to save him, although there was no need to, for he had already protected himself. They could not understand that Krishna was a supreme personality of Godhead. After performing the formalities to protect the child, Mother Yashoda took Krishna and let him suck her breast. When the child was protected by Vishnu mantra, Mother Yashoda felt that he was safe. In the meantime, all the cowherd men who had gone to Mathura to pay tax returned home and were struck with wonder at seeing the gigantic dead body of Putana. So by the time Nanda Maharaj has come from Mathura to Gokul, he and those who were with him, they see the dead body of Putana. Nanda Maharaj recalled the prophecy of Vasudeva and considered him a great sage and mystic yogi. Otherwise, how could he have foretold an incident that happened during his absence from Vrindavan? After this, all the residents of Raja cut the gigantic body of Putana into pieces and piled it up with wood for burning. When all the limbs of Putana's body were burning, the smoke emanating from the fire created a good aroma of aguru. This aroma was due to her being killed by Krishna. This means that the demon Putana was washed of all her sinful activities and attained a celestial body. Here is an example of how the Supreme Personality of Godhead is all good. Putana came to kill Krishna, but because he sucked her milk, she was immediately purified and her dead body attained a transcendental quality. Her only business was to kill small children. She was only fond of blood. But in spite of being envious of Krishna, she attained salvation because she gave her milk to him to drink. So, what can be said of those who are affectionate to Krishna in the relationship of mother, who with great love and affection always serve him, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the super soul of every living entity? So, if Krishna can give so much mercy to Putana, then how much more mercy he will give to his devotees who are serving him with love and affection?
Lots.
Lots. Yes, you said it. It is concluded, therefore, that even a little energy expended in the service of the Lord gives one immense transcendental profit. This is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Devotional service in Krishna consciousness is so sublime that even a little service rendered to Krishna, knowingly or unknowingly, gives one the greatest transcendental benefit. The system of worshipping Krishna by offering flowers from a tree is also beneficial for the living entity who is confined to the bodily existence of that tree. When flowers and fruits are offered to Krishna, the tree that bore them also receives much benefit indirectly. The Archana process or worshipping procedure is therefore beneficial for everyone. Krishna is worshipable by great demigods like Brahma and Lord Shiva, and Putana was so fortunate that the same Krishna played in her lap as a little child. The lotus feet of Krishna, which are worshipped by great sages and devotees, were placed on the body of Putana. People worship Krishna and offer him food with great reverence and devotion, but automatically he sucked the milk from the body of Putana. Devotees therefore pray that if simply by offering something as an enemy, Putana got so much benefit, then who can measure the benefit of worshipping Krishna in love and affection? Therefore, only Krishna should be worshipped, for so much benefit awaits the worshipper. So, in Krishna consciousness, there is nothing to lose. This is what is explained here. Even a little service rendered to Krishna, knowingly or unknowingly, gives one the greatest transcendental benefit. Even the slightest of service, even when we offer a flower to Krishna, even that can give you great transcendental benefit. And not only the person who's offering the flower to Krishna, but who else, which other living entity also benefits? What is explained here?
The trees.
The tree from which the flowers.
Exactly, the tree from where the flower has been taken, even the soul in that tree body is going to get benefited, and Krishna is going to take that also as a service from that living entity which is in the body of that tree. So it's a win-win situation. We have nothing to lose. We have nothing to lose. Whatever service we are able to do in this lifetime, it is carried on to the next lifetime. It's not lost. No, our wealth, our intelligence, our knowledge, our qualifications, our contacts, our fame, our family, everything goes with death. But whatever we have in our spiritual bank balance, that we are allowed to carry with us in the next lifetime and in all the future lifetimes. So Krishna is so merciful. See, this particular verse is what is mentioned here. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the greatest, from the most dangerous type of fear. So even whatever endeavor is done, even a little advancement also we do, there is nothing to lose. There is nothing that is going to reduce. We only stand to gain. Although Putana was an evil spirit, she gained elevation just like the mother of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is clear that the cows and the elder gopis who offered milk to Krishna were also elevated to the transcendental position. Krishna can offer anyone anything, from liberation to anything materially conceivable. Therefore, there cannot be any doubt of the salvation of Putana, whose bodily milk was sucked by Krishna for such a long time. And how can there be any doubt about the salvation of the gopis who were so fond of Krishna? Undoubtedly, all the gopis, cowherd boys, cows, and everyone else who served Krishna in Vrindavan with love and affection were liberated from the miserable condition of material existence. So Krishna can give you liberation. Krishna can give you any material benediction. He can give you spiritual benediction. He can give you anything. He can give you anything. What name of Krishna means that he is the giver of liberation?
Mukunda.
Mukunda, yes, very nice. When all the inhabitants of Vrindavan smelled the good aroma from the smoke of the burning Putana, they inquired from each other, where is this good fragrance coming from? And while conversing, they came to understand that it was the fumes of the burning Putana. They were very fond of Krishna, and as soon as they heard that the demon Putana had been killed by Krishna, they offered blessings to the child out of protection. So when they burned Putana's body, there was a very nice aroma coming. No? What does that mean? Did we read that here? Why was that aroma coming from her body?
Yeah.
So this aroma was due to her being killed by Krishna. This means that she was washed of all her sinful activities and attained a celestial body. So all her sinful activity is gone in a flash, just like that, no? Because she did that little service to Krishna of giving him her milk, and she attained a celestial body. So all her sins are gone. She has attained a celestial body, and because she was killed by Krishna, when the body was burning, a very nice aroma of aguru. Aguru there is a tree. The bark of the tree gives this very nice fragrance. It is used to make incense sticks also. So her body was emanating that nice fragrance because of these reasons. Okay, coming back here. After the burning of Putana, Nanda Maharaj came home and immediately took up the child on his lap and began to smell his head. In this way, he was quite satisfied that his little child was saved from this great calamity. Srila Sukadeva Goswami has given a blessing to all persons who hear the narration of the killing of Putana by Krishna. They will certainly attain the favor of Govinda. So whoever hears this narration of the killing of Putana, here is the blessing for all of us. Surely attain the favor of Govinda. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 6th chapter of Krishna, Putana killed. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Okay. Now, coming to some extra information. we can discuss Putana's previous life to understand more the context. So according to Garga Samhita, in her previous life, Putana was Ratnamala, the daughter of Bali Maharaj. Now who's Bali Maharaj? Who remembers?
Vamanadev.
Anand,
He was.
Yes,
Vanaraj.
that personality who offered 3 steps to Vamanadev, no, and eventually he surrendered everything to Lord Vamana by offering his head for the 3rd step. So that Bali Maharaj. Okay. So in her previous life, Putana was Ratnamala, the daughter of Bali Maharaj. Brahma Vaivarta Purana mentions that she was his sister. Seeing the charming form of Lord Vamana as a dwarf Brahmana boy in Bali's sacrifice, Ratnamala felt for the Lord a mother's love for her son. She thought, what a wonderful boy. If I had a beautiful son like him, then I would offer him my milk. So remember, Vamana they went as a dwarf, no? So when she saw him, she had this feeling that if I had a beautiful son like him, then I would offer him my milk. The Lord sanctioned her spontaneous desire. However, when Vamanadev took away the entire kingdom of Bali, Ratnamala's loving mood changed into one of hatred. If I have him as my son, she thought, I shall kill him by feeding him poison. Thus, at the end of Dwapar Yuga, she came as Putana, and the Lord allowed her to fulfill her desire to feed him poison. But she couldn't kill him even though she tried, and by Lord Krishna's touch, she attained liberation. Putana had 2 brothers, namely Bakasura and Agasura, who later also attacked Krishna in Vrindavan. Krishna kindly liberated them also. So see, Krishna is so kind. He fulfilled the desire of Ratnamala when she wanted to uh, give him her milk as a son, and also when she wanted to kill him. So he has fulfilled both her desires. So we should be very, very careful what we desire, because Krishna might just about decide to sanction it for us. So be very careful what we desire from Krishna. Now, as we advance in our Krishna book, we will be seeing Krishna killing various demons. No, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he explains how each of these demons represent an anartha. Now, what do we mean by anartha? Anartha means that which has no artha, anartha, that which has no meaning, that which is useless, no, that which is which is of no use to us, no. So each demon that Krishna killed represents an anartha, and we will be discussing at the end of every chapter wherever a demon is killed, we will be discussing these anarthas as explained to us by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So what is the anartha that Putana represents? So the anartha that Putana represents is the pseudo guru or the false guru or the bogus guru. So let's read. Sly and cunning people, as well as those who teach salvation mukti and sense enjoyment bhukti, represent Putana. The first appearance of the religious ideal in our hearts is characterized by distancing oneself from all varieties of pseudo religions. Those false religions that claim to nourish the soul but actually poison it are characterized by Putana, the first demon killed by Krishna. Putana is the personification of the false guru. Bogus spiritual masters take an external pose but hanker for material enjoyment and liberation. That is why Krishna kills Putana in his childhood. In the same way, the jiva rejects false doctrines when Krishna first appears in the heart that sincerely seeks the Lord. So we know that there are many bogus gurus around. They are more interested in their own sense gratification. They are looking for wealth. They like to receive huge donations for their own sense gratification. They want followers, they want fame. So one should stay away from these bogus gurus. Just as how Putana, she changed her appearance to look like someone who's very attractive, someone who's very harmless. No, because when Putana came, imagine even Yashoda and uh, Yashoda and
Rohini.
Rohini, yes, thank you. Yashoda and Rohini, they were both present. Even they did not stop Putana from taking Krishna and giving him her breast milk. So these false gurus also, they change their appearance to appear as someone who's very spiritual, someone who's very advanced, someone who's very genuine, but internally they are not. No, just how Putana was a demon. She only changed her external appearance. So we should be also be very careful of these bogus gurus who are more interested in their own sense gratification rather than actually genuinely preach and take the disciples back home, back to Godhead. And Srila Prabhupada said that if one follows a bogus guru, then that bogus guru will go to hell, and along with him all his followers also will go to hell. So we should be very, very careful, and we should always accept a bona fide spiritual master. So Putana represents the pseudo guru. See, there's a very, very nice article by Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, a senior brahmachari in our organization. I like to read this. He says, rather than asking whether the guru is bona fide, we ask, am I bona fide? Am I bona fide means, what do I really want in my life? Do I want a guru who shows me the way, or do I want a guru who sanctions my way? Sanctions my way means, if you want a guru who pats on our back, then it is very good, continue it. If we feel that's what we want, that's what we get. If we genuinely are speaking spiritual knowledge, then we will be guided. Just as Kṛṣṇa remained undeceived, similarly, we will also, by Kṛṣṇa's grace, even if we are deluded, we will become free from delusion by Putana's appearance. So our faith is ultimately not just in a particular teacher, but it is in Kṛṣṇa. And because Kṛṣṇa tells to put faith in teacher, because he says, surrender to the great souls and learn from them, therefore, when we are going to a teacher, we are not just putting faith in that teacher, but we are putting faith in Kṛṣṇa, who has created this system of teachers. And that way, by Kṛṣṇa's grace, we can become not only free from illusion, but we will be protected from the false gurus. And we can come to the true guru, and we will come to those who will take us to Kṛṣṇa. Srila Prabhupada was such a guru, and he brought millions and millions of people to Kṛṣṇa's lotus feet. And it is by his mercy that we also have an opportunity to take shelter of Kṛṣṇa. So Kṛṣṇa, through this pastime, represents how we can be saved by showing how he protected himself and how he protected the Vrajavasis, although Putana was so deceptive. The world has many deceptions, but Kṛṣṇa can protect us from all such deceptions. So one may ask, no, what is it that I want? Because if, let's say, I have a particular bad habit and I'm not willing to give up that bad habit, and I come across this person who says, oh, it's okay, you can continue meat eating, no problem. I will give you one mantra, you chant that mantra, and then you are fine, you are safe, you can go back to Godhead, but you can continue with your meat eating. So if I'm looking for such a guru who's going to sanction my way, and is not going to actually teach me what is taught by Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, then that person is bogus. And I may think, no, out of my own attachment to my own sense gratification, I may think that, oh, I am safe because I have a guru. No, I am not. Because a genuine guru is that person who is going to show me the way, not one who is going to sanction my way. If I want to be cheated, then Kṛṣṇa will send me a cheating guru, right? Because Srila Prabhupada explains that this is a society of the cheaters and the cheated. But if I'm sincerely seeking, then Kṛṣṇa will send me a bona fide guru. So we should always pray to Kṛṣṇa and seek out for a genuine bona fide guru who is going to show me the way, not a guru who is going to sanction my way. That is intelligence. See here, another point I want to make here. In Nectar of Instruction, there is this statement. Devotional service is so pure and perfect that once having begun, one is forcibly dragged to ultimate success. I repeat, devotional service is so pure and perfect that once having begun, one is forcibly dragged to ultimate success. So why do you think we are discussing this here? What's the context? What's the context of this statement and Putana?
Once you start devotional service, you can never stop.
You can never stop once you start devotional service. Very nice. So how to connect this to Putana?
Now has served Krishna wholeheartedly, even though she wanted to poison him. So now her devotional service has begun. So all the good benefits, she was killed by Krishna. Now she has the loka of Krishna and the position of a mother of Krishna's mother. And so now she has attained the devotional service because her devotional service she began and now it cannot end. She has attained the highest position of his mother.
Okay, very nice. But what happened in the Leela that proves this point? What happened in this Putana Leela?
She got killed by him.
Okay.
She attained celestial form.
Datri position in the spiritual world.
What's that?
Datri, nurse position in the spiritual world.
Okay, very nice.
She
Anybody
got
else?
liberated.
Yeah, and my other thought is, Mataji, like you, before this, you also mentioned, Putana represents pseudo guru. As we are practitioners, if we take to devotional service sincerely, Krishna as Paramatma will lead us to the right guru.
Okay, very nice.
She got liberated by just feeding him poison.
Okay.
Got transcendental body and transcendental position, and her devotional service began.
Okay, all your answers are correct, but I'm looking for something more specific that actually happened in the Leela to show that once having begun, one is forcibly dragged to success.
I see actually the Gokul Vasis benefiting from the services after the killing of Buddha Putna and all.
Oh, the association of Vrajvasis, the association of Krishna and Yashoda, and them thinking that she's a form of Lakshmi because of her beauty, because she changed her form. The association and Kans sent her there. Kans instructed her to go there.
The video.
And her desire also.
And Putana, she came and offered herself to give milk to Krishna, and even then if she wanted to get rid of him from her, she couldn't. He was forcibly dragged to her liberation.
Exactly. That's the answer that I was looking for. Thank you so much, Mataji. Your name is Gokul Priya?
Yes, Mataji.
Now I can see your name. Thank you so much. Yes, see, we saw in this Leela that she offered her milk to Krishna. And then she wanted to let go of Krishna. She said, leave me, leave me. But Krishna would not just let go of her. No, he would not let her go. So the same thing applies here. When we take to devotional service, when we start off our devotional service, Krishna will not let you quit. Even if you want to quit, Krishna consciousness is like that. It's like a transcendental mafia, you can say. No, you enter mafia out of your own free will, but you cannot come out of the mafia world. So Krishna consciousness is like a transcendental mafia. You take to devotional service out of your own free will, but once you take to devotional service, Krishna will not let you go until he drags you to success. No, so Krishna consciousness is like that. He will not let you go. Even if you want to quit, even if you want to leave Krishna consciousness, you just cannot leave Krishna consciousness. It's not possible. I was listening to a lecture by Gauranga Prabhu, and he was explaining in this lecture, very nice pastime. I really like this pastime very much. He was explaining how there was a pujari in one of the ISKCON temples. I don't remember which temple now, but he said that there was this pujari for many years. He was serving as a pujari in that temple. And before he became a devotee, he was an expert surfer. He would surf the waters. And after many years of serving the temple as a pujari, suddenly he had this desire in his heart to go back to surfing. So sometimes Prabhupada explains that sometimes the old habits they come back. So this is what happened to this particular devotee, to this pujari, and he resigned all his services. He left the temple and he went back to surfing. And the first day when he's surfing on the waters, after he left he left his services as the pujari, he's there surfing. Gauranga Prabhu said that he sees a crocodile fast approaching him. No, and because this devotee, now he sees this crocodile in the waters fast approaching him, and because he's been a pujari for many years, he starts to chant all the mantras that come to his mind. No, he's been a pujari, so he starts to chant all the possible mantras for protection. And then it so happened that somehow that crocodile that day decided to fast. So the crocodile just swam across him. The crocodile did not attack this particular devotee. And then this devotee thought, that, oh, so many years before I came to Krishna consciousness, I was surfing. I never saw any danger in the waters. Never he saw any danger. But for the very first time, after he has gone for surfing, after he left his service of Pujari, immediately on the very first day, he sees the danger in the waters. So he took that as an indication from Krishna that this is dangerous for you. You need to go back to your services. So see how, and then again he went back and he joined the temple again and he resumed his services as the pujari. So that's the whole point. Krishna will not let you quit once you take to Krishna consciousness, even if you want to quit. So this is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. So devotional service is so pure and perfect that once having begun, one is forcibly dragged to ultimate success. See
But
in
what
the
Putana was
Bhagavad
doing,
Gita chapter 8, what's
can
that?
it be considered as devotional service?
What? It means what?
What Putana was doing, can it be considered as devotional service?
See, that's because she
He
did
was
some,
there to kill him.
her service to Krishna was to give him some milk. So Krishna took that as devotional service. Even the slightest of service, even though she did it with the wrong intention, that slight service of giving Krishna her milk, Krishna took that as devotional service. So what to speak of devotees who are lovingly rendering service to Krishna? We read that in the chapter, no? How much more mercy we will get. See, in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, Krishna tells us about the art of dying, how we can die successfully, art of dying. So Krishna says, whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. So which means if if we can think of Krishna at the time of death, then we can die successfully. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail. So whatever we thinking, whatever is on our consciousness at the time of death, that determines our future. No, so if we are able to think of Krishna at the time of death, then we can die successfully, which means we can go back to Krishna. So one may think, but what if I am not able to remember Krishna? What if I do devotional service, but still for some reason I'm not able to remember Krishna at the time of death? Then what? So they see this very nice verse. Krishna says, if my devotee is unable to remember me at the time of death because of disturbances felt within the body at that time, then I shall remember my devotee and take him back to my supreme abode. So again, coming back to the point that there is nothing to lose in Krishna consciousness, because one may think, okay, I will lead a life of bhakti and that way I want to think of Krishna at the time of death. But what if I'm not able to remember Krishna for whatever reason? No, here maybe it's mentioned due to disturbances in the body, maybe the death is sudden crash, no accident, or maybe a person is in a coma, or so many other reasons. For some reason, if a devotee is not able to remember Krishna, Krishna says, but I will remember and I will take my devotee back to my supreme abode. So we may forget, but Krishna will not forget even the slightest of service that we do to him. Krishna is not going to forget. On that note, by the mercy of Sri Guru and Sri Krishna, we come to the end of today's presentation. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Do we have
Mata,
any questions or comments?
one quick question about the slide you showed about the Putna's teeth. This represent and then mountains represent. Can I just see that slide for 1 second? There's a slide of Putna describing her body parts represents this, that, this, that.
Okay, 1 second. Here's the slide.
Okay.
Priyanka, you have a question?
Thank you. Thank you. You can remove it now. I just wanted to see this.
Okay.
Yes, Mataji. Actually, there is one statement which I am not able to understand. That statement is that It seemed to them when Putana arrived in Vrindavan, it seemed to them that she had personally come to see Krishna, who is her husband. So I'm confused why she is calling Krishna as her husband.
Where is that? I didn't read that.
First, second, third paragraph. The third
That's
paragraph.
what the residents of Vrindavan think, that she is the goddess of fortune. And then she has come to serve her husband.
The residents of Vrindavan are thinking that she is the goddess of fortune. So goddess of fortune is the wife of Krishna, no, because Krishna is the husband of the goddess of fortune. He's Lakshmi Pati. So they are thinking like that. Putana is not thinking like that. That's the one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Mother. Hare
You're
Krishna.
welcome. Yeah, Divya, you have your hand raised.
Hare Krishna Mataji,
Hare Krishna.
you just now said that at the time of death, if you forget to remember Krishna, he remembers you, right?
Yes.
So in case of Maharaj Bharat, he was thinking of the deer.
Yes.
So then in his case,
No. If you are unable to remember him due to bodily disturbances because of something, because of a situation, in that case, he got distracted from his devotional service. This is the case of a devotee who was not distracted from his devotional service, but due to some emergency situation, he has forgotten to remember Krishna. In the case of Bharat Maharaj, the deer had completely overtaken his consciousness. Therefore, he had to be born as a deer. But still, of course, Krishna remembered the services that he did before he became attached to the deer. And this is the reason why in the deer body, he was given the facility to remember his previous lifetime. So Krishna did not forget him, did not forget the services that he did. Krishna did remember the services that he did. Therefore, because which deer can remember his previous lifetime? No deer can remember that, no. So this deer was given the facility to remember his past life. And again, when he came as Jada Bharata, he was able to remember the previous 2 lifetimes so that he does not repeat that mistake. And very quickly then in 2 lifetimes, Krishna took him back home, back to Godhead. Otherwise, from the deer's body, he had to again transmigrate through all these different animal bodies before he can get a human body, again do devotional service to perfect his lifetime. No. So definitely Krishna remembered it. And therefore he gave him the facility. So in 2 lifetimes only, very quickly he went back home, back to Godhead.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What happens to Jada Bharata?
What happens to Jada Bharata? See, Bharat Maharaj, he retires from his life as a king. He goes to the forest. In the forest, he adopts a deer, and then he gets so attached to the deer that the thought of the deer is interfering with his own sadhana. So when he dies, he is thinking of the deer. Who will take care of the deer? And because he died in deer consciousness, in the next lifetime, he was born as a deer. But in the body of the deer, Krishna gave him the facility to remember his previous lifetime. So in the body of the deer, he lived an austere life, and he was meditating on Krishna. And then in the next lifetime, he got the body of a human being. And although he was self-realized in the body of that human being, he acted as though he is stupid and foolish, so that he is not attached to family members, he is not attached to anyone. So he would appear as though he is foolish, but he was not foolish, he was very, very knowledgeable. So then, as Jada Bharata, he meditated on Krishna, and then he perfected his lifetime, and then he went back home, back to Bharat. That's the story in brief. Okay. Naresh, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, also in this, it shows that Krishna is fulfilling his promise given to Prahlad Maharaj. Also, right?
In which
As
Putana story?
Narsimhadev. Yeah.
Putana
Because in
story
the
and
previous,
no.
because
When
in previous birth she was Bali Maharaj's sister. So Bali Maharaj is also comes from Prahlad Maharaj, right?
Bali Maharaj is the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj.
Yeah, so he had given no promise to Prahlad Maharaj that your 100 generations will be liberated.
Yes.
100, no, 21 before and 21 after.
Yeah, in one place it is said 21, and in another place in the Bhagavatam it says 14 generations. Yes, that is correct. 100 generation, that line you are getting from, because Prabhupada said that a pure devotee can liberate up to 100 generations before and after. But in the case of the blessing that Prahlad got, in one place it says 14, in one place it says 21. Is that okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, are we ready for the test?
Yes.
Okay, here is your link.
Can you share the link again? I didn't get it.
Even I did not get.
I also didn't get it.
Okay, I'll share it in the chat again. Now you got it?
Yes.
Mataji, I haven't got the link as yet. It's in the same chat?
It's in the same chat, yes.
Okay, okay.
I shared it again. Can you see it now?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.